mansion, staring at the ceiling with thoughts on how to expand it. Game ain't sharing, so
all right, yo. It's your homie Railroad Gutter, Project Vision 10, young men from the projects with a vision to better our circumstances, building from the ground up, putting 10 on everything, putting that fly shit on and jumping in front of cameras. We got Uncle La over here on the pour up. You understand what I'm talking about? Listen, this is Bartawk. Special one. You heard? Special one. All that singing we be doing in the cars and all that. This is our first episode of Bartawk R&B. Listen, we got RnB Hunter in the building and Ms.Kidd. Holla at your people. Was good. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
No, it's R&B. I got shades on the and I'm sipping wine.
We in collar shirts and all that.
Put me in that mood.
You
I
feel
ain't
me?
get the memo on the collar shirt. I'm still fly though. You know what I mean?
Word. So, all right, we're gonna start from the top. You know what I mean? Sakeenah or Ms.Kidd? What would you rather? Whatever. All right, so let's start from the beginning. Like born and raised, like where you come from? Like where you was brought up at and everything like that?
Newark, New Jersey, Columbus Home, 7th Avenue. Then to 7th Street. I ain't been nowhere.
Okay. Respect. So singing. Like when I first met you, I knew about your voice before I even knew who you was as a person. You know what I mean? From you singing in school and all that. Where did the singing part of you come from? Like how did it develop?
It just happened. It was there. It's always been there. My father's entire family sings. Well, yeah, they sing. Just about everybody in the family sings. My mother got a big mouth, so her big mouth is singing. Me.
She watched this, she going up top on you. You just said that so comfortably, and it's like watch back. You go like, ooh, my sorry.
She can sing a little,
but
it's not like how my dad's family they sing.
Again.
Again.
Hey, I'm not doing too much editing. I'm telling you that now.
So it came from your mother's side. I mean, your father's side. So at what age did you understand that you really had a voice?
There's never not been a time that I didn't know that I had a voice. I've always known how to harmonize. You got to have an ear for music. I tell people a lot that I listen with my inner ear. They don't understand that. People just listen. When they listen to music, they listen to music. When I listen to music, I hear it a little different. When he sings, in order for me to listen to his music, I have to take it apart in my head. I'll listen to his beat first, then I'll listen to his lyrics, and then I'll listen to it again all together. So when a lot of people will be like, and all of that, don't do that to him. Because he sings.
So
he doesn't, we don't need all of that.
So with you, like who was some of your influences? Like, do you remember what's the first song that you fell in love with? The first R&B song that you fell in love with that made you say, you know what, I love singing this song? Or
Patti LaBelle, If Only You Knew. That was the very first song. Like I sang that song like somebody was loving me. Like that was my song. And from there, it's just anything R&B. Like I love it. Like I feel it different from anything else. Especially old school music. It's a different feel that you get from that, and then the newer stuff. Thanks for My Child was another one. I used to cry to that song. I didn't know why I was crying. It just was like. And As We Lay was another song. I used to just cry. Like, why are you crying? But it was just the way it made me feel. And I used to just sing it.
Naming them bangers.
That's classic. That's real. That's real R&B right there. That's real R&B.
So then we used to try. I have my two older sisters. Try harmonizing. My older sister can sing. I'm not going to say my middle sister, may she rest in peace, that she couldn't sing, but she never really understood her range. So it was just like, I'm Beyonce and y'all are my background, but it never really fit in. So harmonizing was what we did. Like we had to harmonize. And then we went to a school where, they taught singing even more.
Okay.
I've always learned how to sing without reading music. I can't read music at all. That's not my thing. It's a natural thing where I just sing and I find my place and I just go from there. And the outcome is what it is.
Right. So have you ever, like as a youngin', right, when you was coming up singing, did you ever do like talent shows and stuff like that at school?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What was your first talent show?
Oh man, first grade.
First grade?
Yep. At the Markland building. It was a Halloween party. And I got on the stage and just sang.
The Marlin building on Bergen Street.
Yep.
Okay.
A little Halloween party we were at, and I just got up there and sang. I really didn't even know the words to the song, but I sang.
You were singing? You was in costume?
Yes, I was. A clown costume.
Hey, yo.
Yes, I was.
Crazy.
Yes, I was.
Was other people singing? They were letting people sing, or you?
No, I just went up there and started singing. Somebody told me to go up there to sing, and I just started singing. I really didn't even know the words. I think it was a Whitney Houston song, if I'm not mistaken. And I was just singing away. And when I realized, all right, this is all you know, now get down. I got down. But after that, it's just, you know how you get butterflies in your stomach? I get them for an intimate crowd. Like if I'm sitting really close, it's like this butterfly. But when you put me on stage, y'all can't really see me. I can't really see y'all. So I'm about to do my thing.
Right.
So it's just, yes, you do experience that as well.
Right. Yeah, it's the same exact way.
To have that intimate crowd, you gotta get that. Like you gotta get past that butterfly stage. Now every day it's a song. Right. Every single day it's a song. My boss could piss me off and I'd be like, kill his ass. And I done sing a song about it. Like, oh, you sing everywhere you go. Like my house is nothing but music. Either he's singing, somebody is always singing. Right, it gets a little aggravating at times, but somebody is always singing in the house. So, I mean, it's in me.
So, what about studios? Like, as you was coming up, did somebody ever say, like, you know what, I think you should go in the studio, or I want to put you in the studio?
Absolutely. No, I don't remember names because I never really take people serious like that. The question was always, what you really want? Like, you really want me in the studio, then let's do this. But if my father was not involved, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it. If I mentioned his name and they didn't know, because my dad plays a lot of instruments as well. Or if I mentioned, oh, my dad is coming and you no longer wanted to be interested, I wouldn't do it. You couldn't just tell me anything because I'm going to ask 1,000 questions. Right. Same way I am now. I was the same back then. People intentions were never really good. I never really had a support system. So I used to just be like, you know what? Singing will always be in me, but to take it like as something serious, I just chose not to. Once I got pregnant with him, it was like nothing mattered but him. Right. No, I'm not going to be away from my kid. No, none of that. People used to be like, no, girl, no. But then he came along and it was just like, that baby was talking and singing at 6 months. So I was just like, well, there it is. Like, he got it. So if I can help him, however I can help him, I'll do it. But for me to get myself, the industry is crazy. Right. The industry is crazy. And it wasn't ready for my mouth. It wasn't.
Outspoken?
The outspoken, I pay attention to everything. It wasn't, no.
They ain't ready for mine.
People intentions are not good. Right. So I left it. I made the decision to leave it alone. But believe it or not, all 4 of my children sing. Right. You may never really hear all 4 of them sing, but all 4 of them can sing. 2 are too cool to sing. They'll sing in the shower, but
he be singing. Like,
he does.
I catch him for real, but they all
everybody sings. So it's just a blessing. It's a blessing.
Right. That's dope. Because when I met you in high school, it was like, it used to be 10, them bearing your hallways down. Like, for no reason.
Just,
you know what I mean? For no reason, though. Like, we'll all be in class live. Draz, right? Draz, tell them Draz on the camera too. Draz in the cut on the camera too. He around too. But yo, used to be in them hallways, man, and the doors be closed. I'm talking about everybody in class, and you might be in class in the hallways cutting or something like that. You know what I mean? Nah, respectfully though, like, you know, everybody cut. Everybody cut class here and there. I ain't saying every day, but them times you was in the hallway, you used to be giving out, yo. Used to be giving out in them hallways, man. Even outside the hallways too, like outside and all that. Yo, for real though.
So let me tell you, singing indoors, I feel like I'm trapped because my voice is so loud. Like I have to sing out in the open because I feel like singing in, like when I feel that, like in the studio, I feel closed in.
Right.
I just feel like my voice it just needs to be heard. It needs to come out.
Right.
And so it's just right. Like the acoustics sometimes, and like the auditorium, I used to sneak in there all the time and just stand there and sing because the air was flowing and it just felt like just outside. Like I'm out, let that voice out. So, you know, that's just what it was.
Dope. That's dope. That's dope.
I used to say when my father left music alone, I left it alone. When he no longer showed interest in being in the studio, recording people's music, I left it alone. Like, I felt like if he continued, I was taking him with me no matter what it was, no matter what I was doing.
Right.
He had to be a part of that. So once he stopped, I stopped. And then I hated to tell him that, like, he used to be like, Mom, cause you, and I used to be like, I ain't with it.
So let me ask you, as a singer, right? I know the voice is like your tool, your instrument, your everything. So how do you like from the time you were a kid until now? It's like how do you control your voice and make sure that your voice is always up to par when singing? Because some people could just sing on one note and just feel like, you know what I mean, flat.
You gotta try. Right? You have to try. You have to push yourself. Like some people can just stay on their one little note and be happy with that, and that's their song. And you gotta push yourself.
Right.
You have to push yourself. I used to make him stand in a corner, and make him cross his legs and bend over and sing whatever song,
everything,
whatever, just to strengthen his core. I used to do it. I don't know where I got that from. I just started doing it, and then I would get up and I would sing, and it'll come out even stronger. And notes that I wasn't able to hit before, after doing those little warm-ups or whatever, it helped. A lot of people used to be like, "You never had a vocal coach?" No. I've never had a vocal coach. I had a teacher in elementary school who, you know, showed me levels of singing and how to do vocal warm-ups. So that was enough coaching for me. I took that and carried that with me every day. So why do I have to have some personal person to, you know, coach me when, and then that's the same thing I did with him. So, you know.
So do you sing from the, what is it, the nose or
the diaphragm, the stomach, don't sing through your nose.
So there's different ways, like, all right, so I naturally have it. I was classically trained, and then I learned a lot, like, in the theater world, because I like to act. So there's, like, a few different things. In the theater world, you definitely do it from your nose, but there's a way you do it. Like, you don't depend on it. You use it like a tool. You don't just sing from there because it doesn't come out the same way. It's not, you know, it's not good. It's not powerful. But when you like in that theatrical world, it's like you got to, like, you know, make certain sound a certain way. So there are ways to do it, but I only know that because of, you know, the classical training and, you know, the theater training. But there's different ways to do it, but the right place is from your diaphragm. Like, from here, you got to bring it from here. If it's not coming from there, then it's you could easily just be knocked off your note, anything like just like that.
Right. So what would you like, you know what they say, tenors and
so
all right, so what's your position?
I have been, we'll start from Behringer prep.
Okay.
I started out as an alto, but because my mouth was so big.
And alto is high?
That's the middle.
The middle?
Tenor is low, alto is in the middle, and soprano is the high.
Okay.
But because my voice was so loud, I would sing with the sopranos. But again, if you hear how deep my speaking voice is, I could also sing with the tenors. So I was just a little bit of everything.
So you're a group then?
Basically.
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 So you basically a group.
Basically.
Word, that's dope.
It's hard sometimes.
Mhm.
It can be hard. Singing it as a soprano, you gotta hit them notes. You gotta reach up there.
Right.
Every day I don't want to reach up there. So let me stay right here sometimes. If I feel like it's a song, especially an old school song, where I know I gotta go for it, I'll sing over there with the tenors. But I mean with the sopranos. But I was able to do all three because of how loud my voice,
Right.
comes out. So that's basically it.
That's dope. That's dope. We over at Bartawk, we love R&B, so that's why y'all here. You know what I'm saying? And it's good to know these different positions when it comes to singing. Like, you know what I'm saying, that y'all breaking it down like that. So after, all right, we're gonna get into Jahi.
Because he's more on the professional side of things. See, I was a little stubborn and everybody couldn't teach me.
R&B Hunter, pardon me.
So good, it's so good.
I thought you I thought you that Joe. I'm like, okay, what he got to do?
Pardon me.
When you said that, I'm like, hold on.
I had to clean it up.
Yo.
I mean, but so when you birthed RnB Hunter, when did you figure that he knew how to sing? Like that you knew, like, oh nah, he's one of them. Like
his very first song, he talked very, very early. And me personally, I thought it was normal.
Right.
But his doctor kept saying he's only 6 months. He should not be talking already. But he hummed a lot. He used to hum, whether he was crying, but he would hum a lot. The very first song I heard him sing, he made up words, was Maria Maria by Carlos Santana.
Damn.
And I'm like, what the hell is this baby doing singing this song?
Right.
And he's sitting in the back seat of the car and he knew this song, like, and I'm like, oh shit, this baby is singing this song. And I mean, it was just him and I a lot. So they used to be like, what do you do with him all day? Talk and sing. We talk and sing all day long. And from that moment on.
You sung a lot when you was pregnant still?
Absolutely. There's never not been a time that I don't sing.
Okay.
I'm always singing.
I was about to say, she's still singing now, like always.
So, and that's crazy because a lot of people be like, do you sing? Because you sound like you're singing when you talk. I don't hear it, but they do.
Right.
Don't know what they're talking about. But yeah, he's been singing 6 months. He sang before he knew how to talk. Right. He definitely could sing before he talked. He used to hum serious, like, some kids, but he hummed. Don't know what it was that he was humming, but he will always hum. And I used to be like, this boy, will he shut up?
Right.
Like, damn, I turned off the lights and he's still going. And then one day he just started singing, and I was like, yo, he's singing. Like,
so when you knew he had you?
Then. What's crazy is, as young as he was, he knew how to hold a note. That's not normal for kids. Like, he knew how to hold the note. Then once he got to preschool, it was like every time they had a show, they're asking him to sing.
I was doing every show.
Always.
I wasn't even going in. I was
on the stage singing the show. Like,
that's dope.
But one song I made sure he knew was the Star Spangled Banner and the Black National Anthem. Yeah, so those were like songs that I felt that he needed. Being in school, you need to know those songs. And that was his thing. And then Tevin Campbell, Tomorrow. That was his song.
Classic.
That was his song.
Classic.
And I worked with him like 3 days in a row. He knew the whole song.
I remember rehearsing for that. I felt like one of the Jacksons. Come home. I gotta rehearse this song.
I was like, come on, you gotta sing it. Grandma wants you to sing this song. And he was there. There's never been a stage fright moment for him. Like, as a toddler, he never had a stage fright moment. Like, she'd say, Jahi, go sing, and he'll grab the microphone and sing. Like, there's never been I'm scared. He saw the crowd and he would sing. It's always been that with him.
So did you make sure you taught him the classics? Like, did you take them through the boot camp of listening to R&B from back then? Before? Yeah, what were some of the songs that
it didn't matter. Everything that came, whether it was the Whispers or whoever, it doesn't matter.
I got more old songs than I have new. They be like, "You want to plug them to the aux?" Nah, you're not ready to listen to what I got.
You got that work.
It's crazy because all 4 of my children listen to more old school R&B than anything. Like, you can play, like I said, the Whispers, Freddie Jackson, and they'll sing.
The thing is, they
singing. That was real singing.
They was brought up though.
Yeah.
Listening to classics. Some people, they just, in the now.
Right.
So when you play that, it's like, what? Their wave is just set here.
Yep. But so our favorite, him and my oldest daughter, Lil Mo was our girl. That was our cousin.
Right.
That was our cousin.
Right.
He had to be 2. It probably started before 2, but once that album came out, they knew it.
You always get
backwards and
that
forth. Like, I love her.
Like,
and we would sing the whole album word for word, like the 3 of us. And then everybody else joined in. Now, Kayla and Amir don't know too much about Lil Mo, but she'll blow.
Yeah, I was about to
she
say,
will sing anything else. She wasn't a part of the Lil Mo.
Yeah,
that wasn't her thing. Nah.
Yeah. So when she if she was to take up singing, you would take her through the whole the training and all that?
She got it though. Like I remember so around the time I first moved back home, I remember I'm outside.
Moved back home from where?
So I was living on my own for a little bit. You know, just regular life stuff, just living on your own.
Tell the truth.
Facts.
Running, being grown.
Facts.
Just like my daughter.
You already know.
Running, being grown, went out there, got a taste of that real world. I remember that shit like, "Ma, shit real."
I remember coming home and I'm like, "Yo, I'm loud. Like, you can all the way down the street." I go upstairs with my sister. I'm like, "Yo, how you sound just like exactly like her? Like, you could, if I close my eyes and they both start singing, I can't tell who is who." Like, she listens well, and then sometimes I be hard on her because I'm like, "Yo, you got it, but you got to get it the same way I did. I ain't going, baby, when she be off, no, I go in the room like, yo, mess up the key one more time."
Yeah, so
you stressing me out, bro.
You start, so she doesn't.
That's
the thing is, she doesn't know her. She doesn't know the start low and work your way up.
Yeah. In
her mind, I'm Beyonce and I'm about to sing this. So she starts off high, and now you can't go any higher because you've given it all you got already. Now start over. Bring it down. They hate when I come at them like that.
That remind me of the songs from back then because it always start off smooth and then by the time the middle of the verse or the second verse, because it was 3 verses back then to them songs and bridges. So by the time the bridge
they was bringing it home.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But that's so.
So I did that was the only one, and Escape. Everybody knows Escape is my all-time favorite girl group.
I used to think my aunt was a part of the group. Like when I used to hear the songs, I'm like, "Oh, this y'all." So growing up, I was like, I'm thinking that's them. And now, eventually, I found out, and I'm like, "Yo, I was gonna be like, yo, why y'all not not making these songs? Like, what's going on? Like, why we still in North? What's going on?"
Yo, why we still in the hood?
I think that was them because her and my aunt, they just their voices go so well together. Like, you would never my aunt first, she looked a little bit like Tisha Campbell, right? A little bit like Tisha Campbell. So, and then I found out she could sing too. So I was like, wait a second, so y'all famous this whole time? And we what's going on? I didn't know, but I mean now I do. But it's like, yo, they had the right people in places. It wouldn't have been none of them.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, it would have been them. I'm telling you, I'm already knowing.
My very first talent show at Barringer, I never could get people to sing with me. I don't know why. I do know why. I was very hard on people, and to sing an Escape song, you had to know how to sing.
Right.
It got down to it. I can't remember who the third girl was, but the other Tia, I don't remember her last name. And I'm practicing this song and I'm to the point where I'm threatening them, like, don't sing the wrong note.
I was just about to say, you that type of person that it go from being fun, like you just want to sing for fun. I can tell your kids just singing to have fun, just enjoying themselves. And she coming, it become a lesson. Yeah. Right. And it's like, man, I don't even want to do this shit anymore. I was singing to me. So they want to do the talent show. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna win this shit, this and that. Next thing you know, it's a drill.
A name on it,
yeah, and she sung the note wrong. in front of all them people, and I took that microphone and I sung the whole song, and we got disqualified for that because they like y'all was a group. No, they sung the song wrong. Like that was my song. Like don't do that. don't do that. You knew you couldn't hit that note. Why did you try? You should have let me take it. And she didn't. So
y'all had one mic?
No, we all had our own mics.
And
I took her microphone, yes, because
you two micing it.
Yeah, she ain't got no mic now.
Hey
yo, this R&B.
I was so pissed. Like,
hey, yo, this singing.
You know when you singing Tonight by Escape, that is a harmonizing song. Yeah, because then I sung Rugged Bone. I don't even know how I got up here.
Yeah, but that's.
I was in some of everybody's little set. Like, why is she up there again?
She treated this shit like basketball. Like you fuck up,
Julio.
you ain't getting the ball.
Julio.
Give me the mic.
Because he had a song called "Stay True to the Game."
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was up there doing, but I was staying true to the game.
Yeah.
Then I started singing Bone Thugs and Harp. I was just up there, but they made me so mad when she sung that note.
She knew she was doing. She got disqualified over here. Like, yo, I'm gonna
win over here.
I'm going to win with somebody. I'm going to win with somebody, but it was even worse at Behringer Prep. So we had Miss Turner James. She taught us nothing new school. Everything was old school. Mm-hmm. And I was the shining star. Like, I wanted to sing everything. And she gave my song to this girl. I am not going to mention her name because we beat her up and everything.
Over that? Yo, R&B.
It was rooted over that. But something petty happened. I can already tell what she did. It was the anger came from that.
It did. And I'm like, Miss James, why is she like? Because you always sing. Like, give somebody else a chance. I said, okay.
Right.
She got on that stage and started singing. My road dog Co, of course, in the audience, like, sing it, Sakeenah. Blew her out with her own song. Now I'm gonna beat you up. Because you will never take another song again. This is my
She didn't take it. It was given to her.
She did. She should have said no. Say no that you didn't want to do it.
Why? She probably wanted to.
Because that was Tidings of Comfort and Joy was my song.
By who?
I don't know.
The artist? You don't know the artist?
No, it was an old school song, and she was just regular singing.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. She could sing. Mm-hmm. The girl could sing. But you ain't give that song what it was supposed to give.
She take this shit personally.
I do. Yeah. And she was just one leveling with it. And Cole was in the audience, souping me up. And I sang it. No microphone. She had the microphone. And I was right over her head singing all the words. I did that.
So RnB Hunter, where did that name come from? Like, how did you come up with that name?
So like in high school, I was doing like a lot of I won't call it tour. I was traveling a lot.
Right.
Like going down south, like Charlotte, Atlanta, and like the problem I kept running into was like, so I'm R&B to the bone, but like I grew up on a lot of different music, so like I can do everything. And when I was down there, it was like, before they give me a chance to be me, it was like, what's your name? Jaheem. You know, you remind me of Jaheem. So I was running to people, and like I met a dude that used to do references for Jaheem.
Right.
So it was like they were trying to make me do songs like that. And like at the time I was like 16, 17. I was doing like, they wanted me to do older songs, but I get it because my voice, I've been like this since I was 12, like
right,
deep voice. So it was like, dang, I can't get the, like, I want to try this and I want to try that. But people weren't like welcoming to it because Jaheem.
Right.
Jaheem wasn't around no more. So I was like, oh, you could redo this, you could do it. And I'm like,
I kind of wanted you to walk in their footsteps.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, I really want to just like do my own thing. So it was just like one day I'm just like, yo, I need something that's going like, when we hear it, it's like, huh? Like,
right.
So I'm like, yo, I swear randomly one day I was just like, I was working on some music and I'm like, yo, I'm thinking about changing my name. It was just going to be just Hunter. Because I'm like, you don't know a lot of black people named Hunter. So
right.
You hear Hunter, you like it's like a surprise kind of thing. So that's kind of, I just was like, you know what, let me do Hunter. And then one day, it was like a movie, I swear, when I started working with Sloppy Vinyl, the first show I ever had, she introduced me. She was like, something, give it up for R&B Hunter. And I'm like, oh, they got a nice ring to it. Like, hold up, right. R&B Hunter. So after that, I was just going with it. I tell her all the time, like, yo, you got the credit for that. Like, because it was just Hunter regular, but it's like R&B Hunter, it got a nice ring to it. So that's what we're going.
What was your first studio session like, though?
My first studio session, my mom took me to, it was a Mad Bass Studios in
Legend.
In
That's
East
a legendary studio. That's a legendary studio.
With Kaz.
Yeah,
right.
so
we in peace. Right. Yes.
So I was at the time, something about a change gonna come. I fell in love with that song, and I just
I
was always singing it.
Yes.
So she took me to the studio, and that's what we did. And it was a little like frustrating at first because when you don't know like what it takes to make a song, you feel like I should be able to sing it one time and it's good, but it's not like that. So she was there coaching me through it. They were there helping me out, with it. But like it was just
Kaz was not easing up.
he wasn't.
He was not easing up.
That's my work ethic now comes from like people like, yo, like you really go hard in the studio. And I'm like, bro, like when it comes to that, I don't play like if I gotta tell everybody get out and shut up, everybody get out and shut up. Like that's my place. But yeah, it was like, we was doing the Change Gonna Come, and it was a little nerve-wracking at first, but like I said, my mom was coaching me through it. Like it was real fun. But after that, I'm like, yo, like I want to do this. Like I'm gonna do this. So since then, it's just been like I always find my way to the studio. Like I got my own setup now in the house. I record remotely, like just to, it's like therapy sometimes, bro. Like just to be able to like put how you feel or like on the track or like to even get somebody else to hear it, like to be able to control people's emotions. Like it's like a superpower. So it's like ever since that first session, I just been.
How many times you listen to that first song?
Man, listen. I play that over and over and over and over. I think it was like on the CD. I'll be looking for it sometime later. Where's that CD at? Like I gotta find it, but like
you should check back. Maybe they got the file. Maybe they still got the file.
They just might, man. Listen, like that was one of my that's my very, very first like in the studio, like around all of that kind of stuff. That was the first time ever. Like I'm just like ever since then though, I just been like it's been like something I just like need. Like if I'm not dead for too long, like I got an app on my phone. If I can't get to the studio, I'll be recording. Like, will you make this on my phone? Like, yeah, just the idea. Send it to you so we ready for the next time. Like it's like an addiction. I'm not gonna lie. Like if I ain't making music, I'm like, what am I doing? Like what's the point? But
that's dope. That's how we feel about Bartawk. When we recording, it's like, hey, yo, what's up, man?
Like, what's going on?
Jones and this shit. Like, I'm feeling fucked up. Something missing right now.
So do you write music too?
Yeah.
So you write your own material?
Yep.
Oh, that's fire.
Everything I got out right now, I wrote 100%. I do have stuff I work with other people, but most of it I write. Like,
you remember your first song you wrote?
My first song I wrote. So, dang, it was mad long ago. I probably was like in like the 4th grade.
4th grade?
Yeah.
Like, damn, I'm thinking you about to say like, like 6, 7 years ago.
What I'm doing now, like I've always dreamed about it. Like I remember, so it probably wasn't the 4th grade. I don't know what grade it was, but
I don't know what you were singing about.
My mom bought me a MP3 player, and she bought me a Chris Brown exclusive album. So I was listening to it, and I remember like I ain't gonna lie, I was mad because I couldn't hit the note because my voice been deep forever.
Right.
I was mad because I didn't hit the note, so I made a song about not doing music no more because I couldn't sing. And I remember like listening to it, like going back, and I just was like on my MP3 player, listening to like my recording, like yeah, this is a good song. I don't want to sing no more, but this is a good song. Like, and ever since then, like it's just been like, it's what I want to do. Like, I never didn't want to do this. Like, this is all I ever wanted to do. Like, just music, straight music. That's it.
What I love about him is, I forget who it was that asked the question one day and was like, if you don't make it in music, he said, my plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G is music.
Oh, that's
like
fire.
There's nothing else.
That's
And I was like, well, damn, I had plan A, and then B, C, D was law school, this. He was like, yeah, it's nothing else but music.
Facts. It's gonna
and I just stared at him like, oh, wow. Okay. Well, my son said it's music, so music is what it is, but he has not given up. I am very hard on him. I am extremely hard on him when it comes to his music. What I hate is for somebody to be like, oh, that's a good song. You're lying. That's bullshit.
Facts.
Do it over. Do it over again. You're going to do it 10 more times until my ears feel like it's good enough because they just lied to you and told you that shit was good.
And
it was trash.
Let me ask you though,
but I'm like that.
But like coming from the studio and then going home and then letting your moms hear it, do you feel like your mom, like, I'm just saying, for real.
Yeah.
Did you feel like your mom's hit it on the nail every time?
That shit was like a roller coaster for him. They're like, yo, this shit fire, son. You go home, she's like, that shit trash.
It's so bad. I'm like that now too. Like we'll be in the studio. They're like, yo, this is hard. And I'm sitting there with a straight face. And they're like, you good? I'm like, I'm not impressed. Like this cool,
I knew
but
eventually
like,
he would, because he used to catch an attitude.
I did.
And I used to be like, I'm telling you, like the note that you saying you were good up until you got here, but the fact that they recorded that shit like that is trash. They're not really for you.
Facts.
Do it over. Do it over again. Oh, he used to hate it.
So do it be the recording, the quality of the recording that you hear, or
no?
So
I know my son's voice.
It's the person, it's the engineer and like the producer. So you got beat makers.
Yeah, come on, break it down for us.
You have producers.
Okay.
And it's like somebody that just makes a beat, they just didn't make money. Like it is what it is. They just say the beat, get out the way. But somebody that produces and really knows, like the guy I work with right now, Matrix.
Oh, I love
Matrix.
him.
Don't let up. Like before I could tell him, yo, that was wrong. Let me do it over. He already on it. Like stuff like that. I would listen to it over and over, and it would drive me crazy. Like, yo, this is not right. So people like him, like they just keep me on my toes. Like, yo, no, this note wasn't right, or I feel like you can hit this better. Like, I know what you could do. So do this over. Like that kind of stuff. It fuels me, because it's like a lot of times, like as an artist, you get in your head a lot and you overthink. You're like, you know what, it's too much. I want to take a break. But you need those people. Like, nah, that ain't it. Because sometimes you really be like, oh, that's it. Then I get home and I'm listening. I'm like, what's this? Like, who? Like, why would you let me record that? So it just helped with like my work ethic now. Like I be telling them I'll do it over 100 times. I don't care. Like it's gonna be right. Like the same way. So that's why I see my sister going for it too. And I take little jabs at her, and I'll be trying to tell her, like, it ain't on no hater. Like, I ain't hating on you, but it gotta be right. Because when you get out there, they gonna tell you, like,
rip your ass.
They gonna tear you up, and you gonna be hurt. But
that's facts.
You gotta put in the work to be where you want to be, kind of thing. Especially with this, like, we don't play it.
Because I always wonder, like, as us recording rap and all that in the studio, it's like, I know it's always a difference between recording R&B and recording hip hop music, because we go in there and we just rap, we lay the whole track down, boom, then do the ad-libs, boom, and then do the in and outs, then the hooks. But with y'all, it's like, I'll be listening, because I hear the ad-libs. I'll be wondering, like, how do they know the riff at that point? Like, do you know that before you even go in the studio, or once you get in the studio, it's just a vibe? And
it's just like, once you get in there, you be in the zone. It's a whole. I only know it because just watching him, he goes from regular, he starts off, but then it's like once he lock into something, it's no holding it back. You just gotta let it flow out. I didn't learn that way. I learned from him, actually, to just sing and just go. Like he goes in. Right. And I'll be like, just let him do it. And it's nothing planned. It's just how it comes in your head, and you just go.
When did you stop going to the studio with him to say, you know what, all right, now you ready?
Just not too long. Oh. He been fired me like mad years ago, but nobody's gonna tell me that I can't come in and listen to what my son got going on. Right. I need to know what's going on in this session. They hate me.
Why you fire your mom dudes?
Because I was telling them the truth.
Hold on, let us say R&B Hunter.
We clash a lot. Like, we have a lot of creative differences, and like when you get older and you start like going and experiencing different things, you feel like, all right, dang, like I feel like I wasn't getting a certain amount of respect because they was waiting for my mother to come and check them. So I'm like, I need you to fall back a little bit so they know, like, when you see me, it's just certain things you gotta have in place. So now it's like they don't like neither one of us. Like now when I come through, it's like, here you go. Then when she comes, it's like, all right, well, let me just get like they know now. But it's like it was more of a I want to get it on my own kind of thing. Like, let me establish myself kind of thing. But now that I do, like I said, they're like neither one of us. Like certain rooms we go into, you could just feel the energy, and we just.
You know what? It's like I was allowing him to be him, but like I told him, I'm on the outside looking in. I'm your extra eye, so I see a lot of the extra, and I'm gonna check you. Right. I'm gonna set you straight, and don't tell me no bullshit, because that's it for you. Thanks. Like there was this one guy, won't mention his name. I kept saying he's not for you. He's not, just his body language. When I approached him, when he was introduced to me, and I'm like, so what's your purpose in my son's life? You couldn't look me in my eyes, nor could you give me an honest answer.
Facts.
And I was like, he's no good. My son, no, Ma, just give him a chance. I gave him enough chance when he stood in front of me and he couldn't tell me what his sole purpose was in your life. Never liked them, wouldn't even acknowledge him half the time. And eventually he disappeared. And then it's just constant BS. Everybody's a superstar and everybody can get you somewhere. Only you can get you somewhere. So we're not going to take shortcuts. If it take you 15, 20 years to get it, you got it because you got it. You didn't get it because somebody else put a good word in for you. If they're not respecting you and loving you for who you are, fuck them.
Right. How many people told you they could make you a star?
Everybody.
That's like right now, I work at a bar and I'll be telling people like, yo, that's not a place to talk business with me. Don't. But everybody come in, yo, I got this and I'm tied in with this and that. And like, I get my face respect from my mom. A lot of times, yo, like I can make the best song I ever made. I'll be having a straight face. What's wrong? I'm not impressed. I don't care about what you're telling me. You can tell me anything, bro. Once you start moving, that's the only thing I acknowledge. Like, I don't respect action. We can talk about 100 things right now. I don't. What's that doing for me right now? Like, it's just talk.
People like to impress you with their little catalogs and things like that.
Right.
I am not moved by any of it. Because I'm going to dig in your business. I'm going to get in your life. I want to know how you got here, what you, like, I get into it. You focus on what you're doing. I got this. So on this day, you remember when that? Oh, no, well, how she know that? I'm an investigator. When it comes to my kid,
hell yeah,
I'm not playing any games. No games
and then the
at all.
person that I came in contact with, she called me like, yeah, because in 2005, he did this. And then I'm like, all right, cool. Like, she know it all. Cool, right?
When it comes to your children, like,
yo, that's dope.
They be like, please don't let her come. Oh, I'm going to be there.
Facts.
I am going to be there. Whether it's over the phone, and if what I'm saying over the phone ain't reaching them, they're going to see my face.
And then that's a whole different boss.
Whole different. Now everybody want to talk nice and no.
Everybody want to talk.
Yo, but that's dope
that's
because
his mother. Hey, mom, no.
Because some people parents stay out of it. You know what I mean? The most they do is like, nah, you ain't signing no contract or whatever. And some people will let their kids just go ahead and do whatever, and they're not knowing like you just signed your whole fucking career.
Sometimes they're not as into it as that too. So when they hear it, it's like my baby sound good,
right?
But then for her to be a singer and come from a line of singers and know what it is, it's like I know how you really give it up.
Exactly.
But you ain't
But even to be tapped into the person. As well, because like she tapped into the people, like she want to know who's around her son, and you know what I'm saying. So that's even dope too, because you could be home just doing what you do, you know what I mean. And that's
trust me, no matter where he goes, I know, and there's somebody I got there watching him.
Yeah, always.
He don't even be knowing half the time. There's somebody
that's
always
fire.
Watching him. I tell him all the time, just because you ain't never seen me in the street don't mean I don't know.
I try to tell my younger siblings that, like, yo, like, I'm like, I think she be talking. She not playing. Like, I'm like, yo, just because you out here doing this, that, and the third. And I'm even like that too. Like, yo, I see your little brother. Oh, I hear cool. Like, it's just like a thing. Like, we watch out for our own kind of thing. So it's like, whatever. I mean, I'm talking about, I could be in Georgia, LA, somebody.
And I don't tell them. I just make phone calls and be like, listen, my son is going to be out there. Right. Nothing better not happen to him.
Facts.
Right. And it's just like, I mean, besides him drinking or whatever, that's natural. That's normal. But watch his back. Because his circle ain't good.
So you be moving around singing though. You don't just sing and you been on tour? Right. Like, come on, give us a little spill on the tour.
All right. So,
like, how did the tour come about?
So like I definitely traveled a lot more when I was younger. Like CIAA, stuff like that, like in Charlotte, or like I would go down to just a random spot. And like one day I went for a show at a high school. They had like Rob, one of the artists that was performing.
Right.
So it ended up not like I couldn't do it no more. From that day though, I got booked for like 4 or 5 shows. I was supposed to be out of school for a week. I was out of school for 2 months, staying down south.
Right.
Somebody else's house, everything paid for, like traveling. I'm like, people were like, yo, like you, and I'm like, I don't really feel like it was nothing, but like it was just, I was just doing it like, I'm talking about I done did like talk shows in New York, just traveling, just doing stuff just cause Philly. Like I got like an award in Philly. I'm like, I've never even been to Philly before, but I got an award out there for something like, it's
and that's with management or just off the.
So at the time it was in management. What's crazy is, yo, like so when I finally parted ways with management, and I was like kind of on my own for a little bit, I really was like living off of just like, it started during the pandemic. The pandemic, everybody was inside, you know.
Right.
We just was doing stupid stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna pull up on you and sing with a mask on, and it was going. Hey, yo, like man. We was just doing it. Like I'm talking about, like it was one like really like a good, I'm gonna say almost a year. I didn't clock in nowhere. It was just straight like, I want you to come here and do this, okay? Paying me. I want you to come do this, okay? Like just like, and for me it was like stupid stuff because it's like, yo, if you about to pay me $200 to stand outside your house, sing to your wife, all right, cool. But there was one part I really just wasn't like. I don't even, like, I can't even tell you for real, like how it started, but it was just like
I've been following you for years, so I see. Listen, y'all better make sure y'all do it because he out here singing I'm about to singing to these young ladies, man, and it's getting real. I'm talking about they blushing. They wiping their eyes. I seen it. Boardwalks and all that,
listen,
bro.
I'm about to go to the kid camp. You know what I mean? Because this nigga was making $200 to sing to another nigga wife. Man,
word up. But I've been watching for a long time, man. A long time.
He does things
and I'm like, man.
On his own, like
in malls and shit.
I love it. He calls one day and say, "Mom, can you go get my suit? Because I'm at the airport." I'm like, oh, yeah. Where are you going? Oh, I'm going to Jamaica to sing in the wedding. Who the fuck told you to do that?
Yeah.
That was
like, he just ends up somewhere all the time. And I'm just like, that was like the greatest
paying for you to go out there
relationship that he established with this group of people. It was beautiful.
Yeah, Mom, get that suit.
I was like,
man, I ain't paying for nothing.
So I left my, she's a real good friend of mine, like to this day. She, I actually met her through another one of my friends. You know, sometimes people talk. Like I said, I ain't impressed by her talking.
Right.
But, you know, she would call me. We would talk. And like, it was to the point where, like, we got so cool. I'm helping her decide stuff for the wedding. Like, oh, no, we should do this. We should do that. Time came. She paid for the flight, my stay at the resort, my flight back, the tux, everything. Like, when she was like, she said, you don't have to bring nothing. And I'm like, you sure? You don't have to bring anything. Like, yo, but I think I had work the night before, and I was so late. Left my suit home. I had to have my boy bring it to my apartment to get the suit, bring it to the air. Yo, it was so crazy. But like stuff like that, I think that was one of the moments when I knew, like, yo, like I'm really like, okay, I might be good at this for real. Cause you know, there's a lot of people think they can sing. Like, you ever had people walk up to you like, oh no, I really do this, and then they singing to you like are you sure? Like that was my moment.
Feel like you talk about me.
No, but that was my moment for real when it was like, yo, like I might be worth something for real, because like she ain't know me from a can of paint. Like she just was like, yo, I'm gonna pay for everything. And to this day, if I call her, she's pulling up. Like she'll come in right now. Like if I call her and ask her to do it, like, you know, so it was like that was one moment for me, like in life, that I was just like, yo, like.
What was the reaction after you sung and then you won that resort at a wedding?
Yo,
it went crazy.
I was still like, I was still not really believing it. Like, I was still not really believing it. Like it was like while I was there, I'm like, yo, I'm really in Jamaica, bro. Like even on the way to this thing, I'm like, I'm just in the car. Like I'm a very like nonchalant person a lot of times. Like I'm all right, whatever. Like it's cool. Like, but yo, it was like. Dang,
was that your first time?
It was my first time out of the country ever. Like
Jamaica, a different mindset.
He didn't say anything to me.
Jamaica, a different mindset.
Yo, let me tell you. First of all, because of Jamaica,
I call it home.
I hate rum. That's all they want to offer you at the resort.
Yeah.
Rum this, rum. No, I don't want rum nothing. I hate rum.
Love.
But it was just so different. Like I was out. Like one day I got up. It was like 5 a.m. I just went and sat on the beach. I'm just like, yo, I'm really here. Like, what the heck?
Off of my voice, of my
voice, yo. Like when I was telling people, and they're like, yo, like I was 19 at the time, so it was like, you going to Jamaica? Somebody flying you out there? Yeah, and it's like, oh, like you, like it's like it became serious for me. But even the people that knew me was like, oh, for real? Like, oh, so you really do this? And I'm like, yeah. Like after singing for the wedding, it was a fun experience. Like, cause I was just there to sing, but I became a part of the party. Like I was a part of everything, right? And it was just like, dang, like, yo, like, wow, like
this is a voice that took him out the country.
Out the country.
Now, my voice ain't never took me nowhere. I was on the 13, and the only time a motherfucker ever asked me to sing was Egypt. On the 13, and then she laughed the whole time. So I don't think I was that good.
Listen, man, but it's definitely like a blessing because, like I said, like this is all I ever wanted to do. Like, if you ask me something, like, don't get me wrong, I can do a lot of things. I'm good with my hands. Licensed technician. I'm a licensed certified swim instructor, lifeguard, all of that kind of stuff. But it's like don't nothing like make me okay, but music. Like that's the only thing. Like I tell people, like if I can't sing no more, yo, I'm finished.
It's
like
over.
Ain't nothing else to do. Like I'm gonna just throw it all away if I can't sing no more. Like, that's literally like in my house. Like no matter what was going on, that's all we had. Like if it was a good day, we had music. If it was a bad day, we had music. If a plane crashed into the house, we were singing. Like that's the only thing I could come back to be like, all right, like let's level it out, let's figure it out. Like music, that's my main thing.
What's the downside?
The downside of music?
Oh, the whole process. The whole process. Like, what's the downside of it?
It's lonely. It's very lonely. Like you could put in 100 hours and it's just you there. You could go broke doing whatever and it's just you. Like literally don't nobody care. Like that's why when I talk to my siblings, I try to tell them like, yo, nobody care. Like they don't. It's just you. Like if you make that decision to do something, you got to be there 100% because can't nobody do nothing for you. That's the only downside of it. Like you meet people sometimes, and it's like, all right, cool. You know, like I got a lot of people that like fuel my energy. Like when I see them, in that music world, it's like, yo, like I get hype. But a lot of times, yo, it's just you. It's just you. I'm talking about like playing a show, do this, that, and the third, dead broke. Everybody, you did good. All right, see you later. It's just you.
It's like after the camera's off, after the glitz, it's like you back to
reality.
Like,
exactly. It's just
trying to figure it out
all by yourself. So it's like it saves me sometimes, but a lot of times it just leave me like, dang, bro. Like, but then again, right after that feeling, it's like, let me go sing some song. Let me go do this. Let me try to like feel a little better, and it helps like at the same time. But that's the only downside I can say. Like it gets lonely for real.
What was the wildest reaction you ever got from a female when you sing? Because I see you run down and you sing to them in person.
This girl, one time I was in a 7-Eleven, so we had just came from like some bar or something, and we was in 7-Eleven. So around this time I was just recording stuff, just getting content for whatever. She was in there. I'm like, I'm gonna sing to her. I started singing. She ran, like she left out. She ran, like you know how on more when he be like, you are not the father. She ran, bro. Yeah. And I was like, I'm like, wait, what happened? Like, you good? And she was like, she didn't even say nothing. She just dipped, like she ran and just. She
didn't come back.
She did not come back.
I watched one of your videos. Somebody was crying, man.
Yeah, man. Like I got
a few.
I don't know what it be, but I'll be like, all right, man. Like. If you like it, I love it. Like let's make it happen.
Dope. So what I do notice though, that as a young singer, you don't use auto-tune.
I try my best not to, cause it's like it comes from my mom, like how hard she was on me with certain things, like, and I didn't know at the time, but like now it's like I'm that same way. Like if you put, like, don't get me wrong, all music now got a little something on it, so I allow the minimum, but it's like if I could work for it, I'm gonna work for it. It's like going to the gym. I enjoy it. Like I enjoy doing the takes over or like rehearsing. I just had a show recently. I told the band, I'm like, I want 4 rehearsals. They're like, why you need 4 rehearsals? I'm like, why not? Like how much I need to like be set up for these times. Like, it's like I can't describe it. It's like something like I just need like it.
Yeah, you just had 2 shows back to back.
Facts.
On your birthday though.
Facts on my birthday.
Fire. That's fire.
I did it just to say that. Yeah, I did 2 shows on my birthday. Whatever.
Fire. Fire.
Yeah, something real.
One thing that was hard for him to do was I would always tell him when the music stopped, keep going.
Facts.
So whenever he would perform, I made sure I was standing right in the front of him. Cause y'all gonna see that my son can sing. It ain't the music. That's him.
For sure.
What is that show down there? Lincoln Park.
Oh yeah.
This one person, it seemed like always messing his music up. I locked eyes with him. I said, sing. And he killed it. I looked at that dude. I said, what's wrong with you? He ain't need no music. What's wrong with you?
Talk that talk.
Then in Montclair, on that little dark place,
oh, yeah.
I said, I made sure I sat right in the front.
There's a lot of haters. There's a lot of.
I said, sing.
People.
Fuck that music. Sing that song. Let them know that you can sing without that music. Throw it up. Don't play with that is Sakeenah's son. I don't play. He can sing without music.
Right. For sure.
That's how he was taught, without music.
Because I was looking at your YouTube and I seen you perform at Bloomfield College too. That was some time ago, but you was young though.
That was a while ago.
Yeah. How you get that?
So at the time I had a couple friends, and like at the time we was calling ourselves like the Big Three of Jersey kind of thing. So we would just get like performances and stuff. So I had somebody hit me up about it, and it was just like, yo, come through the Bloomfield College. I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, I got a team of people though, so like, can they come too? And it was like, yeah, bet. And at the time, like the three of us was pretty known and like in Newark, like, oh, them three, all right, we know. So it was just something like, honestly, it was real random. I'm not even gonna lie. I was just sitting one day, hit me up. I'm like, all right, bet. So you bring my two people through, that's it. All right, bet, cool. And we just put on a show, but it was
always on go.
I'm always on go. Always. Always. There's a very few times where I'm like, I can't just hop up and do it. But like I said, like even like working with bands and stuff like that, like I'm so like, it comes from high school too, because like my vocal teacher, he didn't play. Like I'm talking about, if he said we had rehearsal, couldn't nobody in the school say nothing. I'll be taking the test. He'd come, yoke me up, take me to, we got rehearsal. And I'm like,
what high school you went to?
Arts High.
Okay.
So he like very respected like by everybody. People don't even know him, and they like when they see him, they know like that's Doc. Like but like it comes from that too. Like I'm talking about like I'll be like missing school or something. You better be here for the show tomorrow. I'll pull up. I got 5 minutes. Put your tux on. Hurry up. Do this, that. Like it comes from like just that work ethic. So it's just like it kind of just it's how I am now. Like you could tell me I got a show in 5 minutes. I'm gonna get ready to go do it. I know I'm a little messed up, but I'm gonna make it happen. Like it is what it is. Like it's just, but what's the part? It's part of my life. So it's like not even second nature, like first nature. Like I said, if I ain't doing that, what else am I doing?
Right.
I'm gonna tell you this. When I noticed my son could do just about anything, he performed in Little Shop of Horror.
Yeah.
The play?
Ate it up. He was the plant.
Okay.
He was the plant.
Yeah.
What's the big guy from Temptations, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Levi Stubbs. I studied that man crazy to get that.
He did his thing. And then what was that other one that Vanguard?
No, I did Little Shop of Horror. I did Fame.
It was Fame too, but Little Shop of Horror.
And then Vanguard,
to hear my son singing, and then to hear Little Shop of Horror, I'm like, this boy.
And I used to, she put me onto that movie when I was younger. Like I remember like watching, so it's like, dang, yo, like to be able to like, you showed me this, now I'm doing this. Like
I'm talking about fresh out the hospital. They said, don't go outside. You'll lie. My son is singing tonight. And he killed it. And I said, there is nothing that this boy can't and won't do.
Facts.
So do it. Do it. They laughed at him for Fame. Do it.
Yeah.
So how do you treat your voice? We was talking about that earlier, like as far as like with water and what is it, tea?
So I mean, tea is cool, but me personally, I just like I said, the room temperature water. That's like my go-to. But there's different things you can do. Like for me, like I got asthma, so I got like respiratory issues, different things like that. So I try like ginger, lemon, lime, just to like clear some of that up. But honestly. So I learned in high school, like it's the thing called the vocal fry. So like it's like a sound that you make, pushing out a little bit of air, but you're making your vocal cords like do like this, So just keeping that. So like, and from learning that, he told you like when you first learned, he said you're gonna talk different from now on. Like everything I'm teaching you now is gonna affect everything. I remember leaving there and I'm like why am I feel how I talk kind of thing. So it's like it's a lot of things. So I try not to yell too much. I try not to argue a lot. Like. People be like, they be thinking I'm crazy because like if I got something to say, I'm gonna come to you like you got me fucked up. I'm not about to yell at you though, like I can't get this shit too calm.
That's that. Hey yo, oh nah, this motherfucker
me. Like
serious,
I
bro.
can't. It's certain shit I can't do. Like even like I definitely smoke weed, but I try to I take breaks for like a long time.
Yeah.
Like, my last break was like 6 months. Like sometimes I'm real cautious about certain things that I do.
Right.
Even like I stopped drinking like milk or like dairy because it's not good. It builds up mucus in your body. So I stopped like a lot of it. So like a lot of times like my eating changed, my everyday changed. But like to keep it like up there, like I'm always in the gym. I'm always like running for sure. So like a 20-minute run. If I could, like when I was like doing it like heavy, I'll go Weekway Park, run the park like 3 times, like just for the lungs. Like,
do you when you running? Do you sing while you running?
I used to. So from the stuff that my mom was putting me on to, like the crossing my legs, reaching down, singing. Like I like jog sometimes, or like songs that like I got this one song called Potential, and it's like a real like smooth vibe, but it's definitely like something somebody older would be singing. So I used to like get in push-up position. Okay. And I'm like, just to practice the resistance, I'm like, let me just sing this and let me try to get it as smooth as possible so that like when I'm performing, no matter if you throw a truck at me, I'm still gonna be going. Like you're not gonna know. Like I look at a lot of people like Beyonce, that's one of my favorite like performers to look at, because it's like regardless of what she do, because it's tricks to everybody game, but her vocal control is always insane. I'm like, bro, I admire that. Like that's something I want for myself. Like I want you to like know, like, yo, he gonna sing regardless. Like I'm gonna get through it, kind of thing. So definitely, I do a lot of stuff to work on my voice. It's to the point like it's part of my everyday life now. Like I'm just like, I said, the way I talk like I'm
dope.
Vocalizing, I'm warming up as I'm going, kind of thing. You know.
That's dope. So that's a real skill. You can't play with it. You can't play with it, huh? You gotta eat right and all that, man. That's dope, man. Thanks. That's dope. That's real dope. So, hey, Kid. So, as far as you singing with Kato, like back in, come on, let's talk about the 10 boy. Let's talk about Kato real quick.
Let's build the 10 right there. Yeah. Come on, man.
Rest in peace, big bro Kato, man. This a Draz question. Draz, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? We gotta give it up. We gotta give it up, man. Gotta give it up for real.
He shut me down. Like that voice. Oh my God.
What was your first reaction when you heard Kato sing?
I was like in love. Like, damn, you hear him? This big motherfucker. It was like smooth, like effortlessly. Just, oh man.
Yeah.
I used to be staring like, oh, tell him to sing. Tell him to sing. Tell him to sing. And it was just
do it without. You ask him, he on it. No problem.
But it's the smooth in it. Like, it was no struggle. Oh, I can't explain it. You gotta feel it. Yeah. Like, I used to just be sitting there like, how the fuck? Like, damn.
That's how he's looking at you.
Yeah, for real.
No, but it's different. Like, yeah, I can't. Like,
and Sliv too. Sliv, come on, let's talk about Sliv. Sliv had it too.
Love
Can't leave Sliv. Yeah.
I used to be like, you shouldn't rap. It's not your thing. I think you should sing. Sing only. Like, your voice is amazing. He used to be like, no, Songbird, nah, because I can do, but no. Sing. Your lane is singing. Them two together. Oh my God.
Y'all used to collab in the hallways and all that?
Sing all kinds of stuff.
What was one? You ever remember everything?
Nope. I never wanted to go against K-Rod, ever. Because he got that soft, smooth, like, here go my big mouth. Like, it doesn't require all that when he sing. Like,
make you want to listen.
What?
Yeah.
Make you want to listen.
Like, he could tell a story, and you're going to understand it from the beginning of that song to the end. It was just smooth, like not Barry White, Luther type of smooth, like just, and my heart used to beat real hard. Like, why he sing like that? Like, why he sing like that? And then Sliv with the church, like, oh man, it used to be like
shark. They two sharks, man.
Where did he come from? Oh, that was my Grafton friends.
Came from the hood. They came from Grafton, the north side for sure.
But I never, ever, ever wanted to sing with K-Rod because it was like, you gotta control your tone, and I didn't know control. Like, I couldn't control it, so I didn't ever want him to be like, get your big ass mouth out of here. Like, you singing to, like, oh my God, his voice would calm a room, like.
Word, facts.
Just, it was like air. You know how air just flowed through? That's how he sang. Word. And it was beautiful.
Word, rest in peace,
I used to be like,
Sliv. We miss you, bro. Definitely miss you. Definitely miss you.
Oh, you're from Building 10 too?
Yeah, Building 10. Yeah. You played in the hallways.
Sure. You had to hit.
I'm a Building 5 guy.
He was like a tall, big dude. Like a Reuben, but he was so smooth. Like,
and he was like that since we was
the kids, hell with the velvet teddy. He was like the chocolate teddy bear because he was like oh my.
And one thing about Kato, he never like he knows singing was his shit. So it's like I sing all day. Like he ain't never shy away from that.
Never.
And then, like growing up around a bunch of rappers, all of us rapping,
he gonna sing.
He's singing, like, and he stood on that shit.
When he sing, you listen. Like you listen.
He stood on that shit, like for real.
It was dress. We standing in the hallway right in Broad and Market, and he like sing. I'm singing with my big mouth, you know. He pointed to K. I will never forget, and I was like, oh man, this Slim Star. I'm like, oh, these my friends. These guys are my friends right here. And it was just like, oh man, that man's voice was something serious.
Word.
Word. Cause I ain't have many singing friends. Nobody ever wanted to sing with me.
Same, I get it from her.
No, it's like, and then my big mouth.
I had one friend in high school. I had two friends in high school. One of them, he didn't really want to sing. He just played. He just went to the school because his dad made him go. Right. Other friend, he could sing. Like it was like always us two. Like he was like Michael Jackson, and I was like Tyrese or Tank or somebody. I don't know how he put that together, but that's how it was. And it's like my mom always tell me like when I record videos, she be like, "You gotta like work on blending with people because I overpower people." And I'm like, I had to learn how to make this deep voice work. So I used to like OD, like push hard, man. She's like, you gotta like cut back, not cut back, but just like, you know, learn how to like compliment other people's voices. Like I had to kind of try to like take a step back a little bit, but like that's the only other person I know to this day. He don't sing no more, but I know he got it still. He's the only other person I know like that could keep up with me for real. Like and he really got it. Like and he don't even like singing no more. He just like whatever. He's the only person I met. Other than that, I don't know too many people that's like that want to sing with me or like that can or that I'll allow sing with me because I take this serious. I ain't doing it to be nice. Like this is my life kind of thing. So it's like you ain't got it.
Yeah, that's like my sister is the only person that we could sit and just go blow for blow, but she will not sing in front of a camera. She will hide behind the door and sing through the door with me. She's just not.
She got it. I'm telling you.
Ain't for everybody.
Yeah, man. That's why I always respect singers, man, because y'all really born with that shit. Like somebody can learn how to rap easy. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just learn how to rap. Like somebody could really teach you how to rap. Like when it's singing, that shit gotta be in you, man.
That's why I don't never understand when people be like, you know, they taught this person how to sing, or you know,
like you can tell the difference between somebody being taught to sing and somebody just can sing. I have a cousin, Sakeenah. She's a gospel singer. When you hear this girl, how K-Rod, how you feel? Right. Oh man, she sings. She go to church. Like she sings. And I'd be like, man, I wonder if I stayed in the church. I could like she will make you cry. Like it's
see what you talking about is like you got certain people that sing, and then you got certain
you'll be
people
like,
that
you know,
sang.
your teacher,
Yeah.
right.
Exactly. Sang that damn song.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Like, you know, call me if you need someone to talk to. My father used to grab that bass guitar. He used to be married about two sisters. And as soon as he started playing, we used to kill it. Ain't know who we was calling, but we was call me if you need someone to talk. Oh my God. It was like on key. Like as soon as he picked up that guitar, I live for those moments. Daddy coming, we gonna sing. And he used to come get us, grab that guitar, and just start. And whatever he played, we'd be right there singing. Just
he used to have me in the studio too. Like he had like a warehouse, and there was like studios in it. Like it was big scary warehouse. I'm talking about like you wouldn't want to go in there, but I remember like.
And then you walk into this place like this is beautiful.
Where he got studios and this, that, and the third. It was just always around us. Like I remember one time, I'm like in the car. I'm like, yo, can I use your phone, listen to some music? You know, all I got is New Edition. I'm like, what's that? You can't tell me I ain't Bobby Brown Jr.
My father loved. So Bobby Brown was his man. Nice. Like we loved New Edition. Like those were our boyfriends. Although we were way young. Right. My dad made sure we had them tickets to the concert. We walked there. Them girls had them jackets on with it. I said, we gonna get them. We gonna get them. Yeah. Came home, told my father, like, yeah, they had them. They girlfriends there and stuff. He like, don't worry about it. They still love y'all. So you couldn't tell us those wasn't our boyfriends. But Bobby Brown, out of all people, You couldn't tell my father he wasn't Bobby
They
Brown.
like do a DJ. Tell a girl we was
That's
BBD,
all.
baby.
Those my
We got a G, boy.
Those my niggas. Those is my guys,
He
man.
picked us up. He
Those
playing
my
Bobby
guys.
Brown. He's speeding on the highway. Tell me why. And we in the background. Can I live my life? Like, it's always there. I can't drive without having my music loud as hell.
I remember I did an interview for my music, and they asked me who was some of my favorite R&B, and I said New Edition.
Absolutely.
He like, motherfucker start laughing. I'm like, what the fuck am I laughing? Like, I'm dead ass serious. Like, New Edition and Wu-Tang, they both big groups that had branch offs from the, you know what I'm saying? And everybody was successful. Like, so was Wu-Tang and New Edition. So motherfucker laughed at me, yo. No. Shout outs to Aunt Pinky, man. Rest in peace, man. She the one that introduced me to New Edition, my Aunt Pinky. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, as a youngin'. New Edition, Boyz II Men, and Jodeci. Off top. You know what I mean?
When I said we was BBD for real.
They
had to perform in a cookout.
Yeah, it's footage.
They got footage of it.
It's footage.
Word is born. Everybody had their part.
Yeah.
Me, him, and G.
No, it was
me, him, and G.
I was the lead guy. I ain't gonna say the lead singer. Let me not play like that. Let me not play like that. We got some sharks up here. Let me not play like that.
Ronnie DeVoe. Why you let me be Ronnie?
I was the lead performer.
He was he was out front.
Yo. That's crazy.
I always tried to do something, man. Something. I thought I knew how to sing at one point, and then
he could dance the best.
Picked up the mic and started rapping and shit. So
like that sometimes.
Word up. So we're gonna get in some of your catalog.
Facts.
You know what I mean? We're gonna get into some of your catalog. Now, I was on your Instagram and all that. I seen the Sleepy Hollow remix that you had, the Deep End.
Word.
Like, you wrote to a drill instrumental, right? That's a drill track originally, right?
Facts.
Like, what influenced that?
So like I said, I'm R&B to the bone, but like my influence and my inspiration comes from like a lot of different places. I came up, like when I first started doing like my own thing with music, I came around a lot of rappers. Like I'm talking about like I'm in a basement, like recording.
Right.
It's like a box around the mic kind of thing, like BS setup, but like I was always around rappers. So I always like admired like how rappers record and you know, like this what it takes to put together a track for a rapper. So like whenever I hear rap beats, I'm like, yo, I think I could body this if I just sing a little bit on it. Like, or like I used to write somebody hooks for them or just sing a little bit like, I just do this, just do that. Like, or like if it's something about rappers, like if you do a song, you rap, you gotta sing. That's my thing. If you have to sing. I don't care what you talk about, you have to sing. So
if he can't sing, you're not doing it with him.
It ain't no if you can't. You got to. If you feature me on the song, you gotta sing. Like, I don't care if it's just a song, you gotta sing. That's the only way I'm gonna put my name on it. Like I put R&B on everything. So you have to. Like the last song I did with a rapper,
I'm like,
we in the studio, he like, I'm like, yo, you know you gotta sing, right? He like, nah, you got, and I know you gotta sing, like you have to, like it's my thing, like everybody sings, like that's when I was younger, I thought everybody knew how to sing.
We about to do this song, baby.
Everybody, so it's like when I do music now, you gotta sing, like it's what it is, yo. For real.
You probably bring out people that even know they got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
He did Pop Smoke song. What is the name of that song?
What is it?
She like the way that I right.
Like that move, right?
What's it called?
What is the name of
it? Dior.
So when I heard him do, I was like, oh, you growing up, son. Like, okay, this is nice.
Right.
So, and then when you just told, I've never even seen that.
Fire, put you on.
I was like,
I'm putting my Dukes on to something, man. I said, hey, yo, listen to this, please, like, cause he bodied that shit.
Listen, I'm not into Instagram. I'm barely on Facebook. So when he asked about the song, I'm like, what are you talking about? So he sent it to me, and I'm like, oh, so as we drop it up, I'm like, yeah, so they want you to sing this song. You got it? And he looked at me like, damn, like you just, but he just said it to me. Like, what am I supposed to do? And I liked it. I was like, oh, I ain't never.
Yeah, so now I know you, because you ain't ever respond back after I sent it to you. So I'm like, maybe she this
brought it up to me.
I sent it to him. Shoot.
Fire. And then in 2022, you dropped the best video. I was watching that on your Instagram as well.
Wait,
you also went off
stuff.
on that.
Hold it.
No, I ain't skipping nothing.
You just hitting some good.
But before 2022, you have a great best friend. Like that video was.
Oh yeah,
beautiful.
True.
Come on, talk about it. We ain't skipping nothing.
She put you on. Hold up.
So he has a song called Best Friend.
Facts.
Love it. I was a little upset with the naked girl and all of that. But
why?
Because that's my son. That's my baby. Like
you realize you got a son. That's your baby. You know you got a son.
A son.
All right then.
Yeah.
Right. So
at that moment is when I realized it. Like, oh, this boy growing up.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
You should have noticed when RnB Hunter was RnB Hunter. It's like he out here sniping.
It's like this. It's like
sniper game.
RnB Hunter.
It's like to actually, because I'm always got my 2 cents in something he's doing, and I felt like they snuck behind my back. Like his main man was telling me little bits and pieces, but you didn't give me enough. You waited until after that video was out to say, "Oh yeah, because there's a girl and she." And when I saw it, before I could get mad, I'm like, my son is so handsome in this video. It was just like, I was just like,
she went back and started.
He's growing up. Like this boy is really growing up.
That's the cover with the girl on. Got the
No.
You talking about Victoria?
Yeah, I gotta get to that on YouTube.
It was a really nice
video. It was about. So I actually had a best friend in high school. She was in an abusive relationship, and like my mom beat niggas up. So I don't play that like don't. It is what it is. So it's like when I see something like that, it just like and her being so close.
Everybody know who you is.
Everybody knows what's going on. She playing.
That was
But I seen something like that. It was like it
know
bothered
she
me.
an
I'm like, yo,
Xbox.
you really my peoples, and I'm like, I said if I wasn't here, my mom saw that, he'd be trashed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, so I was like, even though you're not supposed to, this was my first time experiencing something like that. So I was like, I was in it, and every time something happened, I'd be there like, bro, like. We could really get into it over this.
Right.
Like, don't do none of that.
Right.
I think one day, like he did like that, and she jumped, and I'm like, I've lost it. Like, yo, you're wilding right now. Like,
right.
This not it. So it was just on my mind heavy. So I just writing, I just made a song about it, and it wasn't even like I didn't intend to like put it out and for it to be a thing, but it just happened. Like, so when I showed it to somebody, like, yo, this is crazy. So we ended up doing the video for it, and it was like pretty much based on like exactly that. But like still to this day, like I'm talking about, I didn't put nothing behind it. I didn't pay no money for playlists, none of that.
Right.
That song is doing better than any song I ever dropped. Like
That's
this day, like, and I'm just like, yo, like that's why I knew I'm like, yo, I gotta write about real stuff. I can't fake it because it's like it's not gonna have that same impact. So everything I do now, trust me, like if it's not about something that I went through, I talked to you about it and I got a full understanding of it, and then I wrote it. And the real stuff, it really go.
Do you ever tell them like, yo, this song was about that, or do they figure it out? Like if you was speaking to somebody like the girl, did she hear the song?
She knew. She instantly knew what it was about. Like when she first heard it, she like, is this about me? I'm like, yeah, like something like that. Like
how she feel about it?
She liked the song. Like to this day, she still listens to it. She sent me screenshots. Like, look what popped up on my phone today. Like it's because it was just so like when I love people, I love hard, and it don't got to be like a relationship kind of thing. Like if I love you, I love you. So it's like I'm connected to certain people, and we the same sign. So it's like we clashed a lot at first, but like I understand you. So it was like I was really feeling the way about it. I'm like, yo, like, I really care about this girl. Like for her to be going through that, like, yo, she really.
What sign is that?
I'm an Aries. I don't watch her lay a couple people out. So you feel me? Like I'm like, if my mom wouldn't tolerate it, I ain't tolerating it. You feel me? So it's like that's something I try my best to stay out of it because sometimes them kind of situations it's like we're iffy, but that one I couldn't. Like it was like you're wilding and something gonna get done about it.
But the flip side of that, mind your business.
Yeah, true.
Because if you get hurt, then I have to get involved, and we don't want to do that. So if she want to keep getting beat up, you let her do that. You mind your business. It is hard to mind your business, but at the end of the day, it's like when stuff like that happens and it's a repeated thing, let it be. Let it be.
Yeah, you'll get into it and then turn around and get back together, and then now you the bad guy.
That's exactly what was happening.
And
so it was
you
like
lose your best friend and all that other shit.
I had to like it got to a point so bad. Like we had went to like a party or something, and her mom called me like, I know she out with you. Make sure she's safe. Have a good night. I'm like, all right, bet. He pull up trying to take her from it. We all drunk. All I remember is I'm getting up. They dragging me back to come. Like, what happened? They're like, he snuck you. I was hiding from her for like 2 weeks trying to let this heal. I was about to go to prom. She had to come to the fitting. So she like, what's wrong with your hand? What's wrong with your forehead? You was fighting. I'm like, oh, it was bad. After that point, I'm like, now that she involved, I'm like, I gotta leave it alone now. So for me, like we
You didn't think that was gonna happen though?
I mean,
Taking up for your friend, you think he was gonna pop you or something?
I wanted to fight. Don't sneak me. I wanted to. If I'm gonna lose, it's because we established like this was gonna be. He never, mind you, he's bigger than me, but he never wanted to give me the opportunity. So the fact that they got him, don't get me wrong, they got him. Like when he was trying to get away, they got him. The people I was with, they handled it, but it was just like, dang, bro, I wanted to fight. Like now I'm all on the ground, like I gotta try. She cursing me out. She want to know who's who. And I'm just like, I'm chill. That was I don't know how I pulled that off, but
Please.
For sure. I'm like, yo, but I mean, like it's life stuff. Y'all experience certain things and know like what's going on now. So something like that happened again. I'm like, yo, listen, this is this, that's that, but you on your own, like figure that out. Like if you call me for that final call. Don't call me because you're gonna go back tomorrow.
No,
like
they're not gonna call you.
Really don't call me though, facts, because my phone don't work.
I'm gonna call you though, because I got this song. For real. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you the situation. You're gonna be able to put it in song form. Facts. And I'm telling you, facts. My life is a movie and a song, but people don't know about it because I'm private.
His ability to write blows my mind all the time. Because I can't sit down and write a song. I don't know where it comes from with him. They be like, dig deep. I dug. I don't hear it as a song.
You know how to read music? Your mom, she did, but you said you do.
Yeah, so when I got the arts, like that was a requirement. Like I had been there since the 6th grade. We started like a middle school program there. So from the time I got in to now, like sometimes I just go look just to, because I missed like reading it. I'm thinking about like joining the choir or something, like just to have that in front of me. Like it's a good skill to learn, like because even when you record music, if you like the guy I record with, my engineer, he's classically trained, so you communicate with him differently. Like I can tell him like, oh, it needs to be like staccato, and he know what I'm talking about. Then I go somewhere else and I'm like, it needs to be like this, and they're like, what? I'm just like,
I know, because I'd have been them. Get out.
Word, like,
yo, man, you need to be like staccato. Get out.
Word, like it's different, but yeah, it definitely helps a lot though. Like you can communicate like with everybody, just like knowing certain things. Like music, they say it's a universal language, you know. Like so, just knowing that stuff, it helps me more. So like now, like I said, when I talk to my little sister or my little brother about stuff, like they don't get it right then and there, but it's like I know somewhere down the line they're gonna be like, my brother told me that. Cool, like I got it. Like it's a different experience though, for us. It's definitely helpful.
So now back to the song, the best
word
that you dropped in 2022, and you performed it at the 24 Hours of Peace.
Facts.
On Springfield Avenue.
Facts.
What was that experience like?
So the best, I wrote that one day, like it was like 5 a.m, and when I was talking about in the song, like I was literally living that, so it was like it just came, like you know. But so I think that was like it was like a live in studio video. So I'm actually plotting on the video for it. I'm gonna tell y'all, it's gonna be like, I want it to be like Harlem Nights. Like I want to have this scene with Eddie Murphy and shooting the girl in the foot and all that. Like I want to do it like that, but because that's the vibe I get when I hear it. But performing that for 24 Hours of Peace, like even now, like to have a song that people could sing to me, like that I wrote, but you know the words, is different because it's like, yo, like.
And you was acapella.
Yo,
like you was doing that acapella.
I had to, cause what it was is like with the Nook events. You know how like in the movies or on TV, like when they go places and it's like the city people and everybody fake, it's just like that. So it's like for them, I always gotta go do that extra step because I gotta show y'all like, yo, I'm gonna do this. Like, I'm gonna, when the music called, they cut me off. First of all, he called me Robert Hunter.
Hold on. Yeah. We talk about the 24 Hours of Peace on Springfield Avenue.
Yes.
2022, which we was there. You know what I mean? Which day you had? You was on Saturday?
I was on Friday.
Friday,
yeah.
So, all right, come on. We gotta talk about it real quick.
So it was, like I said, it was like I've been doing that for a long time, like for years and years and years. But like it ain't all this hyped up to be like what it is. To like the process of it is a lot, and I'll be like, yo, bro, like I live here all my life. Why I gotta go through all this to just
a lot of politics.
A lot of politics. Like if you're not, excuse my language, if you're not kissing ass, then it ain't going your way. I'm over that part of my life, so it's like, if you called me to perform somewhere, first of all, I need to be compensated. You have a budget for the event. Let's keep
it 100. Exactly.
Let's keep it 100. You paid G Herbo to come out and some dude from TikTok that don't even belong in Jersey.
We was there. We watched it.
You feel me? Like, compensate me. You know, treat me like how you treat these other people. Like, it's been times like when Fat Joe and Remy Ma came, I couldn't even get backstage to get my stuff from back there. Like, it was just like, it's a good experience, but it's something I'm not looking forward to doing again, unless that bag is behind it, because it's like,
and they reaching out to you.
Yes, it's not like I'm like, hey, please let me do this. But back to what we were actually talking about, performing the best for it though is dope, because it's like I said, to have a song where everybody else know the words, and like I could literally I could stop and just be like singing, and they'll do it. Like it blows my mind every time, because I'm like, bro, like younger me would be so hyped right now, like yo, like this is what you said you was gonna do, and like you doing it. Like I go places like, that's RnB Hunter. Oh, you the one that sing the best, right? Like, oh, like it's a crazy experience to like feel that. Like if I could have a younger version of myself next to me, yo, he would be going crazy. You know, you gotta tell kids like, yo,
so you out here signing autographs and taking pictures.
Yo, one time I'm at the bar that I work at, right? I'm chilling. Some girl I just met. I'm like, oh, let's go out. All right, cool. So I'm like, I don't really like coming here on like this day, because like they be doing karaoke, they always want me to sing. They be acting real weird. Yo, wow, like 5 people taking pictures. Oh, let me come take. I'm like, I said, this is not how it is on the regular. She like, I don't know, like, and I'm like, yo, like, I was a little embarrassed, because I'm like, bro, it's not
embarrassed, but his stock done went up.
Word. I'm like, yo, like, it's not supposed to be like this. Like, I'm chilling, like, on the same day. I'm like, yo, I'm a regular person for real, but like the way sometimes people act like when you go out, like it's like I'm not where I want to be yet, but like for where I'm at, like I really be feeling love. Like it's a crazy experience. Like just the best itself. Like that song, like you know how Fetty Wap had was that baby won't you come out? And they was pushing it for mad long. That's gonna be that one. I'm telling you. Like I don't care what else I do.
And tell them it take some time for a song to become that song though, right?
Exactly. Some people be like one person was like, yo, I like the song, but I'm kind of tired of hearing it. I said, bro. I said, Fetty Wap pushed Trap Queen.
It's doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. Fetty Wap pushed Trap Queen for mad long. We didn't know about it. And when it finally popped, it was like a year and a half already in the process. Like it takes time, but like a song that's working for itself. Like I'm talking about, I drop other music. When I look at like the stats and numbers, the best, it might fall like down to number 2 for like a couple days. I look back again, it's back at the top. And I'm like, how? Like I'm dropping songs, putting out visuals, and that song, everybody like
new people that's actually getting put onto it.
Exactly.
So therefore, like, it brings it back up, because now they're going to it.
Exactly.
His number 1 fan is gonna make sure you know who he is.
Facts.
His little sister, Ms.Kidd. She in school. That's my brother, and listen to his. Mom, look, everything is downloaded on his phone or like she goes crazy for Jaheed. Like she is the number 1 fan.
For real.
It could be something I'd be like, yeah, whatever. She'd be like, no, this song is it. How do you know the song? Like, how did you get the lowdown on the song and I didn't hear it yet? Kayla is like his number 1 fan.
Dope. That's dope. And then we got Victoria. Did I do it right?
Yeah, that was it. That was you might have something there.
Word. So I was listening to Victoria, right? And I hear in the beat, it got like the Genuine Pony sample, right? So you wanted that sample? Like, was you a fan of that song, or the track came like that?
100%. So I was talking to my boy who's a producer, and I'm just like, I've been trying to like, because I have like my voice has always been like older than me, if that makes sense. Like, so I've been trying to find ways to like stay like with the current sound. And so I'm like, yo, like I like a lot of them songs. Like when people hear me, they're like, yo, like you just sing this song. Like, I always get like the Tank, Tyrese, you know, them Genuine, you know, that comparison. So when I heard the song, I'm like, just a pleasure. I'm like, this will sound crazy.
Genuine made a drill.
If Genuine made a drill.
Yeah,
so
if Genuine made a drill.
I said it to him just talking. Like a couple weeks later, he hit me like, yo, I got this beat. Let me know what you think. And I'm like, what? And I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. Like, it just, he listened to what I said, and it's just like, that's what it came out to be. So now we got Victoria.
That's fire. Victoria is fire. Victoria is fire. And I was looking at one of your posts, and I see that you tagged Diddy. You said R&B never died.
Oh, word. Because he was
talking about.
I don't know what he was talking about. Talking about R&B was dead. He was bringing it back, but like, I'm not gonna say I don't know what he's talking about, because I definitely understand. Like, it's a lot of sing rappers, or like a lot of people that just not like R&B. Not people don't really sing no more. They don't, and I understand, because it's like you got to be like on a different like mental level to really like be able to receive all of that. Now people attention spans are short, so you can't do too much because they don't know what to do with it. Like, and they're gonna stay away from it. But like R&B ain't dead. Like I sing for real. Like that's where I come from. That's all I know. So even when I try to do the little sing rappy stuff, it's like it don't feel the same. Like, you know, it's definitely not dead. It's just everything is so what's it called? Like inflated. Everything is so like commercialized now. So it's like it's very difficult to like really sing for real. But I'm gonna do it because that's all I know. Like what else I'm gonna do?
No, for sure. Who your influences out right now?
Influences. I give you my top 5.
Man, you got a top 5?
Top 5. I got Lauryn Hill, Frank Ocean, Chris Brown,
Fire,
Teddy Pendergrass, and Sam Cooke.
Yo, that's all. That's well rounded right there.
And that's
well rounded.
Aside from singing, they all write well. Like I really grew up on Lauryn Hill for real. Like. My little sister could sing every Lauryn Hill song for you. If you ask her right now,
you would think that this girl was there when they did
Everything is Everything.
No,
you know it's right. Don't forget what you got.
Yeah.
Kayla was there.
Yo, she
was out there with her.
She could sing the whole song.
Where's she at?
Leave her where she is. Leave her where she at.
Bro, y'all interviewing me. That's who y'all need to be talking to. Like,
I definitely said leave her home. You would think that her and Lauren did all of this together.
Right.
And I'm like, that's your cousin?
Right.
Yes. Like, no, you wouldn't even thought about. She loves Lauryn Hill. Like, she loves her.
Right. So, I'm saying, Liz, anything you want to?
I'm just ready to get to the shit.
You ready to get to the shit?
I got my shades on. I don't wear shades that damn long, but I'm stuck in R&B mode.
Word up, for sure. Word up. So, I mean, it was, listen, y'all the first R&B guest to come up on Bartawk. You know what I mean? And we appreciate that. I've been waiting for this for a long fucking time. Tell them why. I even do Bartawk R&B. You know what I mean? In my car, yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? So I do that heavy, often, all the time. You know what I mean? So for this to come to fruition is dope. You know what I mean? For y'all to be our first guest is dope because y'all real sing. Like, you know what I'm saying? This ain't we don't need no track or nothing like that. This is real singing. Like, you know what I mean? And I appreciate that, man. We appreciate that, yo.
Listen, I appreciate
you know what I mean? Shout outs to the plug, though. You heard? Shout outs to the plug. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to the plug, man. You feel me?
Definitely the plug.
Word. Bartawk R&B, man. You want to give them your Instagram and your social medias and all that?
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy RnB Hunter. That's R, letter N, letter B, Hunter. You can find me anywhere at just that RnB Hunter, no space. Feel me?
And I'm his mother.
This is my mom.
I don't have any specifics,
Word, man. So, this is another episode of Bartawk. It's your homie Railroad Gutter, young men from the projects with a vision of better circumstances, building from the ground up, putting 10 on anything, putting that fly shit on, and jumping in front of cameras. We got La, pull me up, dry ass on a fucking camera, making sure that thing looking official. You heard? Bartawk R&B.
Oh my God, I've been waiting for this all day. I've been sipping wine all day, so I'm on.